Welcome to Stubby Stampers. We'd like to share a video with you today. This is embossing video. In fact, it's a little bit special in that you learn how to use several of your metallics. This could also be done with any of your embossing powders that you'd like to combine together on a card, but we've chosen the silver and the gold and the copper metallic to make the fleur-de-lis card. So let's show you how this was created. To make the fleur-de-lis, I'll show you this again. That was the basic, that was the beginning of it. To make the fleur-de-lis with the three colors, we're going to use a clear embossing pad and my fleur-de-lis stamp. So I'm going to just stamp that out in the clear ink. Then press it in the middle of the card. It's a good solid stamp. You need to get it inked well and pressed on the paper well. To get the three colors, be sure you have several sheets to pour your powder off of your image as you work with it. I'm going to do my silver first, so I'm going to put it on this side of the fleur-de-lis, and I don't really have a pattern. I'm just getting part of it on the image. And then I'm going to pour the powder off to the side away from the image. And then I'm going to set that aside. Then I think I will do the copper next, and you can do it in any order. I'm just going to do the other side. Copper powder on this side of the fleur-de-lis. And pour that off. I'm pouring it away from the powder that I have on there already. And set that aside. Be sure you pour it off one at a time, or you will have a mess if you try to put it all on. You're going to have mixed powder. And I want to use the gold last in the center, so I'm going to put this right down the middle. And I don't care if I get it on part of that. In fact, watch what I do. I'm going to kind of run it back across so I can pick up a little bit of that gold on the other part. I think I'll just kind of sprinkle it on again. It doesn't hurt to mix the powder together for that final look. So I'm going to save that gold powder. Alright, let's heat that up. Embossing is a little bit noisy, so I'll stop talking a minute. That's really pretty. That always catches someone's eye that's never seen stamping. Embossing is really a pretty technique. Now I have all three of the colors on the fleur-de-lis. I'm going to put that aside, and we're going to talk about the background. I made the crackle background by using the crackle stamp, and we'll do a little bit of that to show you that technique. Use the clear embossing ink again. Get my stamp well inked. And when you're using a background stamp like this, I know you can't see the clear ink on there, but when I put the powder on, you'll see how the magic happens. So I'm just going to stamp a couple of these out, but you will cover the entire background. And the crackle stamp is really fun because it doesn't hurt to overlay it, and you don't really have to worry about a pattern. Let's emboss a little bit of that. Let you see what it looks like. Put this powder over there. Alright, that's just part of the image that has been stamped, and let's see how it looks as it's embossing. Then we'll show you the final product. So of course you would stamp and emboss the entire background using the crackle stamp. So that is our second phase of the card. So we have this, then we have our fleur-de-lis. Now let's finish it off. For the third part of this embossing demo. I was trying to give you several ideas on how to use your metallic ink. So I'm going to take a clear embossing ink pad, and I'm just going to rub around the edges. You can put your pad down and rub it to your image to the pad, or I prefer to hold it in my hand and just rake across the edges. Okay, we're going to get the gold powder. I'm going to get my gold powder that I used a while ago and pour it back in the jar and just reuse what we had. Just going to sprinkle it around the edges and pour it off. This just gives a real nice finished touch to your edges. Let's heat that up a little bit. Okay, instead of you watching that be embossed, I believe I can show you the final product again. There's the fleur-de-lis, the crackle background, and the embossed edges, and then we just layered it on some real pretty background and created our card. This concludes this video, and we thank you for watching.